Hey guys, so today's challenge is the full highlighter look, which I got inspired to do off of Jeffree Star, whom also was inspired to do it by another makeup artist. I forgot the name, but you can go on his website and look it up. But if you want to learn how I achieved this look, just keep watching. So I'm mixing the Revlon Color Stay 24-hour foundation in Toast with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop, the one that's in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. And the reason that I'm mixing it is because if I would have used it alone, it would have been just too light for me all over my face. And after wasn't until I applied it, what I should have done so that I can have a clean, smooth canvas background to work with. I felt it would have looked much better if I would have actually put my foundation on first and then apply the shimmering powder all over my face. I think that would have looked much better. Now, for my eyes, I didn't prime, I forgot. But I am using on my lid from the Milani 01 Must Have Naturals eyeshadow collection, the base color, which is a very, very light gold, like a champagne gold actually. And it is extremely pigmented. I didn't prime my eyes and I applied it. It applies effortlessly. And in terms of opacity and color payoff, it also applies effortlessly as well. I had no problems introducing that color there. Now, for the color that I am going to use underneath the brow bone, it's actually a matte color, and it's a dark matte chocolate brown, and it is 131. As you can see, it's actually darker than what is shown there. And the reason that I did that is because the color I'm going to throw on top wasn't going to come out as nicely. It was going to be a sheer color. It was going to look sheer, and I didn't want it to look sheer. So that's why I threw this dark chocolate matte color, which, by the way, like I said, also has excellent color payoff as well. And I'm just applying it like so until I achieve the opacity and intensity that I'm actually looking for, although it applied beautifully with no problems at all. And so what I'm going to do now is apply that color, which is very shimmery. It's more on the like a dark copper rather than a dark brown. And that color, I used to make eyeliners a few years back, and I had stopped, and I still have a whole bunch left. And this one still lives in my collection, and that's why I actually applied on top. As you can see how nice and intense it's coming out. It wouldn't have come out that intense had I not applied that dark matte color first. And that's why I did it that way. Capiche? And so now what I'm actually going to work on is on the lid color, which is going to be another color from the collection of Kiko as well. And that's gold. And the number for that is 102. And I'm going to go underneath that color, and I'm going to go all over the lid with it. Once again, all these eyeshadow colors I'm applying, they actually gave me no problem at all. I mean, they worked awesome. Another thing that I did different on this video that I don't normally do, I actually did both eyes. And I normally like to do, when I start taping, I already like to have one eye done for time's sake. But I just wanted to do this fun challenge. So now I'm done. That's it for eyeshadows. It's that simple, guys. So now what I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. The reason I'm going to do that is because when I was looking at my face with the close-up mirror, I just looked greasy. You know, aside from the fact that, I don't know, it was just all that shimmer. You can't see the shimmer yet. You'll see it at the end of the video, though. But all that shimmer, and I made sure I use the Skindinavia Oil Control Primer Base. I even went in with, I have glitter fallout all over the place, as you can see me cleaning it out. I went in with the Becca Oil Control Primer, which is very drying. And I don't know, I got oily. I actually broke out. I actually broke out from all this glitter stuff. So now I'm going to go in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in Champagne Pop. So it's the same color, the one with the Jaclyn Hill collaboration with Becca. And it seems I put the matte powder over my face, so I'm just going to just lightly dust it all over my skin, because this is supposed to be a full highlighter look, guys. So I cheated a little bit, but I went back in it and tried to make up for it. So I'm just dusting that pressed powder all over my skin. And I was just a glowy, shiny bitch. And now I'm paying for it with freaking pimples all over. Alright, so now I'm actually going to contour. And I didn't have a dark shimmer color for contouring. So I did go in with the powder that I use from Black Radiance to contour. I didn't show it because it's in pieces. And now I can't find it to show it, to let you know what color it was. But it's a face powder from Black Radiance, and I love it for contouring. Absolutely love it. So yeah, so I went in with that, and it's a matte color. Once again, I cheated. So what I am going to do, though, on top of that, because this is a highlighter look, and to also soften all of that up and give it that highlight look, I am going to go in once again with another color from Kiko, another eyeshadow color, and I'm actually just brushing that over the where I contoured with the matte color, and the number is in 16. And the reason I chose that color, it's like a baked eyeshadow, is because it's not like a well pigmented color if you apply it on your eyes. So it's got color in like sparkles sparingly, and that's why I chose. And the shit just fell, and I heard the top go one way and yeah. So anyway, so that's what I did to soften it up. I actually went in it with that color from Kiko and give me some highlights. As you can see, now you can see some shine up in there now. You see that? And it's not that dark brown anymore. But then I go in and I soften it up a little later on, the entire look. I find like for dark skin girls, or girls my complexion, it's a little bit more challenging to actually find shimmering products. A lot of times we would have to mix a little bit like with foundation. So I'm just putting that powder, like I said, all over where I contoured. And then I'll go and I'll blend it in with the blush, with a brush. And I'm using color, I didn't show it, Color Pop's color Super Shock Cheek in Wisp as like for concealer actually. That's what I used for concealer. I didn't find that it gave it any type of coverage. But hey, I was just sticking to the theme and going on with the makeup look. And lastly, I am going in with Pat McGrath Fine Gold Pigment for highlighter. And I tell you that that color is the bomb. I do have a few highlighters that you can actually use for dupes. If you guys would be interested in that, in knowing that, I could do a video and show you all the highlighters that I own that you can use for dupes, and you can actually literally skip on buying the Pat McGrath and put it on and say, this is Pat McGrath highlighter. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Sure can. Forget the Cupid's bow. You know, I'm looking at myself and I wish I could say, I could be feeling myself and be like, I'm looking pretty tonight. I don't feel that way. Not with this look. So for blush, I went in with an old palette from the Divergent set from the movie that came out a few years ago called Obscure Coral, for those of you who have it. And I chose that because it is not matte. It is rather shimmery. And now I'm taking my fan brush and blending it in. And after I did that, I went in and fixed my eyebrows, eyelashes, mascara, my lipstick, and stay tuned because here comes the finished look. And the lipstick that I use, since I put it on off camera, it's from MAC. It's a new line, some Tribe, something, Vibe Tribe. Let me see. Yeah, Vibe Tribe. And it's a frosty color. And it's in Tanorama. I know I didn't apply it right. It's not on right. And I really wanted to put on an orange lipstick and then put this one on, like ombre. But I couldn't find the orange one, so I just put this one on. I hope you guys like it. This is definitely something that I would never do again. I don't like it. I feel like I look like a grease ball. I have combination skin, but in the summertime, it tends to be oily over combo. Like it's oh my God, I took a lot of precautions to make sure that I put stuff on my face, like to prime, so it can be as matte as possible, and I still feel like I look like a grease ball, especially right here. I don't even want to touch it, but right here I feel like I look greasy. I don't know if I actually am greasy, or and that it looks greasy, or if it's because I know my skin tends to get oily, and since I know that those are the areas that get greasy, how it looks, and so I feel that it is greasy because it's shiny. But this is not a look I would ever do. Again, it's fun for YouTube, maybe fun for Instagram, as far as the challenge goes, but it's not a look I would do. Oh no. Maybe the eyeshadow. The eyeshadows look nice. I've never done all frosted colors. But my face, like this, hell to the no. You know, this is something that Jeffree Star did. He got it off of the inspiration off of some other makeup artist. You can go on his website and see it. But yeah. But this is it. I enjoyed the challenge. I enjoyed doing it and showing and sharing it with you guys. But yeah. This is as far as it will go. I went to my neighbor's house and she was like, "Damn girl, you look like a freaking greasy disco ball." That's exactly what she said. And I just feel like I look like a dirty, greasy ball. But anyway, so I hope you guys like. So you need to rate and subscribe and let me know what you would like to see next on the next video. So until then, don't forget to unleash the makeup pour inside of you, and love you guys. Bye.